your attitude, bro. Appreciate your role.
Colorado versus Colorado State.
And one of the most fierce, interesting rivalries in America.
But I promise you one thing, a lot of good will come out of this. You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season, and you never see someone push the rest of the team as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season. God bless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here for the first time, man. If y'all didn't know what we got going on, we about to let y'all know what we got going on. But before we get started, we want to shout out our sponsor, Powered by StreamYard, starting this first session up with your boy Blakk over there and me, Fonzarelli on the ones and twos. You feel me? But no D.
Yeah, man.
So look, man, we want to talk. Obviously, we want to bring the people to this Florida thing we got going on, man. We want to introduce these folks to the Florida, the new Florida wave, right? And I want to call it the new Florida wave because I feel like Blakk know everything Florida.
I'm a super fan, man.
You know what I mean? Everything Florida. So if y'all didn't know, this is our first one. So let me let y'all know. Me, I'm a cameraman, right? So one of the people that I film is this young black brother right here. You feel me? Because while we are under the same label, NMP, you know, we ain't gonna talk much music, but we're gonna talk some music because this is a sports section. So we gotta let y'all know how we know each other.
Right.
You feel me? Me and Blakk been knowing each other. How long? Blakk, how long we didn't know each other long this time? About 11?
Yeah, about I know a decade, man. I know a decade.
Definitely 10 years strong.
Yeah, definitely 10 strong, man.
Yeah, we've been doing this music thing, this film thing. I done filmed weddings with this man. I done filmed shows of this man. We done everything. So it's only right that we bring this sports thing to the people, to y'all, right? So let's get started, Blakk, man.
Man.
Florida, though. What about last night's game, man? That the NFL season has started. We are and have the Chiefs and the Ravens, man. What's your thoughts?
Man, you know that I am a Lamar Jacksoner. I call him Lamar Jacksoner. Like I am a Lamar Jacksoner to my heart. And this is the game last night though, man. It was a good game. Shout out to the Chiefs, man. Like, you know, you talking about back-to-back champions. They looking to do something that we've never seen before with the three-peat, and I'm not big on a three-peat. I think it takes a lot to line up to do a three-peat, and we'll leave that for another day. But I do think Patrick Mahomes is a GOAT, and I think he will go down as a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I will not never take that from them, but I am a Lamar Jackson fan, so let's get to Baltimore. I do feel like they look better.
Okay.
I feel like the defense is a little bit stronger.
Okay.
To me, that I want to say that the pocket's still breaking down a little too fast for Lamar. But with Lamar, the pocket can never break down too fast because he can move. But I still think at times he's making his decisions a little too fast, either a little too late. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it plays in the fact that it played in the fact in the last drive last night. You know what I'm saying? In the last drive last night. So yeah, I think they'll get it together though, because it was just the first game. And I do think that you will see Baltimore go a long way this year. You know what I'm saying? So first game, so we'll see. You know what I mean? But I do believe in them boys. I think they'll, you know what I mean? Every year you know what I mean? They ain't like they no slack. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I do like what I seen from them. Saturday lost the game, but it was a very competitive game. unlike the next game that we're going to talk about, but
Right. Right. The final score was 27-20 Chiefs.
27-20. Yeah, 27-20 Chiefs. But like I said, I do feel like it was a very interesting game, man. So we'll see, man. You know, just first game of NFL last night, and it was a good one.
Yeah, that's a great way to kick off the season. But let's go on to transition to what we really want to talk about, this Florida thing, because it was not a great first game
It
for
was
us.
not.
Florida, Miami, 41-17. Now, we wanted to come a little bit later, right? Everybody's already been giving their thoughts, so we're going to be one of the last ones to give our thoughts on the game before we get started into week 2. But let's hear from a true Gator, long time Gator. Let's hear your thoughts on the Florida Miami game.
You see, I don't want to approach this the wrong way because this is why we waited. So I am going to say it very disappointing. It was very disappointing. Just like everybody else feel. Like coming off a season like what we had last year and coming into this year, you think that you would have seen more. I don't want to use. I want to tread lightly here. You know what I'm saying? But I thought I would have seen more anticipation to be ready to run somebody over, to hit somebody, to like show the world that the team that we seen last year was a fluke. You know what I'm saying? And to show that Billy third year is gonna be something that we really expected it to be instead of. I mean, it was just so disappointing, man. It's just a lot. I can't find the words to really say what I really want to say because I know we are on, like, this is YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep it. But I really want to throw my hat off. I really want to do a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it was that disappointing. You know what I'm saying? To see the lack of energy, to see the lack of ampness, like the lack of ampness. But before the game, I seen Graham Mertz. He was hyping up the team, and he looked like he was so into it. Like, but it don't seem like the people around him was matching the energy that he was giving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that. Even
but see, sometimes it's that first game jitters, though. It's a packed swamp house, right?
I can understand that in the first quarter, Fonz.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? In the first quarter, I get that in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But once that kind of wear off in the circuit, and especially at halftime, because now we've seen a half a ball, and now you got the coaches, you got stuff that you can work on right now. In the locker room. Like, listen, this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to stop doing. This is what we need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And like, even after that time period that you supposed to corrected those things, you came out in the second half and they got the ball and they went right down the field and scored on you.
Yeah, but what if Miami was just that good, right? Because I've been watching, you know, the game over. You watched it about 7 times a night right after. So it made me go watch it another 3 times, right? And I think Miami's tough, man. I think Miami made us look bad.
Miami is tough. Miami is tough. But this is why we started out with Kansas City and Baltimore, because Kansas City is tough.
Yeah.
And Baltimore showed up to play. Yeah. They didn't win, but you seen what Baltimore's have last night in the way that those boys played. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. If Florida would have came out and gave me the energy that I seen Baltimore play with, and I'm not comparing, but what I'm telling you is I should have seen more willing to try to win the game. I didn't see nobody, like, it was plays that I seen players take off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After going back, you didn't see it watching it Saturday, but when you go back like I do and watch the game over and over, like when after we play a game on Saturday, Sunday they upload those games on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From Sunday until the next Saturday, I spend my whole week, sometime Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in those days, I'm gonna look at this game again. It's just what it is. Like I am a football junkie, and I am a Gator junkie. You know what I'm saying? So when we play a game, I go back and I just analyze and I analyze and I analyze. And every time I watch the game, I watch one thing one time, and then I watch something else another time. And I would see a player go hard one time when I watch this exact play, and then I go back, and I'm not calling out players, and I'm not naming names because I don't want people to feel like I'm ragging the kids, you know what I'm saying, or I'm pointing out certain kids. I'm talking about it as a team effort. So when I'm talking, I'm saying as a team. I'm never gonna point out just individuals and kind of rag them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, it's players or a player here and there that take off on plays that if they would have did this, then that play wouldn't have had this kind of effect. You know what I'm saying? Or when Merce or DJ was trying to make a pass or make their reads to do this, if somebody would have caught, I do think the line, like the way that they was making us feel, they made us feel like the line was better than what we seen. Especially the offensive line, I was very disappointed. I'm not going to point out individuals, but I'm saying as a collective, because we are a team. So, like, I'm not going to say he or him or no. As a team, the line does not look good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was – one thing I noticed, I think we did too much rotating. Too much rotating. Like, bro, it's 4 down. You know what I'm saying? That I don't need I don't need 2 different linemen on second down that I had on first down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I make a mistake on first down, you take me out, and I ain't got a chance to correct that mistake until the next series or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a person, you know, if you mess up, it's on you right away to feel like in you, like, man, I want to go right back and try to make that right. You know what I'm saying? So in football, if I make a mistake, I can try to correct it by doing what I'm supposed to do on the next play. I can't do that if you're taking me out every 2-3 plays.
Yeah, that's for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? And then, like, I think that kind of it throws my rhythm off. Like, if I'm warming up, and then, like, I'm in for 2-3 plays, and then here you come taking me out for 4 or 5 plays, and then put me in 1 or 2 plays. Like, bro, I can't get, like, that part I put on the coaching staff. You got to cut down on them rotations, man. They got to cut down on the rotations. Because, like, you're not giving a player time to warm up. You ain't giving him time to feel himself, like you were saying, the jitters. Maybe this player got the jitters, and it might take him 5-6 plays to get that jitter off it, get that muck off his back. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm getting 2 plays in the first quarter, and then I'm getting 2 plays in the third quarter, it's like, bro, I ain't even warmed up yet. Man, I ain't had time to warm up. I barely broke a sweat before you got me over here. You know what I'm saying? On the sideline.
Yeah. But
So,
they
like,
was on the field a long time, man.
They was now granted, on defense did spend too much time on it. Our offense did not possess the ball long enough to give our defense rest. I do give you that point is very key when we talking about Florida defense. Because if you're a true player, if you ever played the game, you would know your defense cannot spend more time on the field than your offense.
It won't work.
It will never work. It will never work because they can never give you their best ability if they're tired when they already going back out there. It was times that that Miami would go on a drive and we would come back and go 3 and out. And our defense that just went on that drive 50, 60, whatever amount of yards that they just went on a drive with 3 plays ago.
Right back out there.
Right back there. And you think about it, 3 plays in college football, that's not a long time. That's probably you getting to the sideline, get you a squig of Gatorade or water, and the coach say whatever he gonna say, and then here we go. Defense, let's go. What? I didn't even get a chance to see the plays that they ran on the new little iPad tablet that we're using now. You know, we got the tablets now. I ain't even got time to break the defense down on the tablet yet before we going back out there. So now we trying to correct on the run. Like, hey, do this, do this. And like, I'm trying to tell him before he run on the field, do this or do that. Or I ain't got time to, if in actuality, if our offense can sustain a drive, then the coaches got time to coach the defense on the sideline.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, so hold on. So let's talk about some bright spots, right? Let's talk some bright spots.
Okay.
Give me some bright spots that you had out there.
Pup Howard.
Pup Howard was a
Pup
ball.
Howard. Baller. Baller. That's the leader of your defense. Pup, if you listening, you the leader of the defense. Nobody showed me more hunger, want to go get it, more than I've been getting ready in the offseason than Pope Howard. And he's a transfer. He's worth everything that you gave him. He's showing that. Shamar James. We appreciate
Shamar James. That was he had some big time catches.
No, Shamar James, the other linebacker.
Yeah.
But
he was all over the field too. Now
he did have a big catch on the interception. So
he was all over the field, and he came up with that the pick in the first, what was that, second quarter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to the freshman Jackson on that edge. Boy, you showed out. To be a freshman, you showed out. You was penetrating every time you was in there. You was causing havoc every time you was in there.
Hey, which number is he, so everybody know what we're talking about?
I want to say what number is he?
I know, I'm trying to think of it. That's what made me
God.
ask.
Man, y'all gonna have to excuse us for this one.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead,
man.
keep going.
But yeah, we ain't gonna get stuck on that, but we will come back with that, because that's something we gotta correct, because people need to know who he is. Actually, he's starting this weekend. He will be at that defensive edge this weekend. Because I think so. You know, they kind of manipulated us with the injuries, so we really don't know what's going on with the injuries. You know what I'm saying? Who's really hurt?
We were supposed to know by Wednesday, and we didn't.
But they kind of flaked out on us because they didn't go live. And then, like, just from what I've gathered and been, you know, we gonna do our thing with the internet. So
right.
Just seeing what I've gathered, is some people ain't on the depth chart. It's some people that was on the depth chart that ain't on the depth chart for some reason. We don't know if that's due to injury or due to they changing the lineup, or, you know, everything.
Shamar's number 6.
Shamar James is number 6.
Who's we talking about?
That freshman, the defensive end. His last name Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, his last name Jackson. And shout out to you, brother. I am so sorry that we can't get your name. You just a fresh gator, but I promise you, everybody will know your name, because you.
Cameron, right? Cameron James, 24.
Cameron James. No, Cameron James. He's a good player too, though.
Yeah, he was balling.
He was balling. Matter of fact, that's who I'm talking about. Matter of fact, that's exactly who I'm talking about. His last name. James, not Jackson. Correction, James, and he is a freshman, right?
Yeah, no, he's a sophomore.
Okay, but I didn't see him.
Florida.
Okay, I didn't see him last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was a freshman last year, so he's a sophomore. So he put in the work on the offseason, and he sat behind last year, and you can tell that he really did what he was supposed to do, because he looks pretty good on the field. He looks good on the field.
What about DJ? How'd you think of DJ?
Oh my God, DJ is the savior. I feel like DJ is must-see TV.
Yeah.
DJ is must-see TV. And I think in this, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to Sample. But, yeah, we will get to Sample. But I think this is an audition for DJ to show that it is going to be hard to keep me off the field.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be hard to keep me off the field.
Do you think he wanted to be on the field?
I mean, let's be real. Like, anytime that you're a football player, you know, like, if you're a real player, you know I'm just a play away from being in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a play away from being in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know, like, I mean, you don't play ball. You come on, bro. Like, you know
No, for sure. My nephew, he playing JV in high school, his freshman year in high school, and he had 2 sacks last night. And he was third string first game, so he's moved on up. So you're correct.
Right. So you know, you as a player, and it's just friendly competition. But you know, the person that's in front of you at practice, you telling them, boy, listen, I'm coming to get you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to get you. You know what I'm saying? And so with that mentality, when you a star, like DJ's a star, bro. He's a winner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You talking about the biggest quarterback come out of Texas. You know what I'm saying? On his level. Like, you know what I'm saying? So in his mind, he's a baller. He knowing and he's thinking every time that the game gets started. I'm not wishing nobody get hurt. But if somebody get hurt, I'm ready.
Oh, man.
Man,
right.
I'm ready, boy. You know what I'm saying? So you seen that when he was put in the game. I didn't see no jitters from DJ.
No, went straight to it.
He went straight to it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And bro, shout out to that man on it. Did you, bro? Them slants. Everybody get the slants to Trey.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. One on the left first started, then the next one on the right.
Man, bro, that was perfect timing, man. And he had a defender draped him. But Trey is the receiver. Like, if you put the ball like that, he gonna go get it. Trey
on the line too, through a laser on the line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We got to get. Listen here, Billy. If you listening, sir. More.
Yeah.
Listen, he never had time to break out of the first initial gather. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was trying his best to bounce some kind of way. Like, please block somebody so I can get out here and show these people what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell that, like, it's built up in him. He is ready to explode. Put him in a position to explode because he is that for you. A lot freak with the ball. We got to get him the ball. I think that every receiver that we got can take the top off anybody if we got the quarterback getting them the ball. I believe in all the receivers that's on this list right now. And I'm not just saying that. I'm saying, like, I think that from Aiden Mazel to Tank Hawkins to Andy Jean, any one of them you want to name. Any one of them you want to name. I think that they all are capable. I think they all capable. You know what I'm saying? But we won't know if they can't get the ball.
That's a fact.
So I'm not finna go into what we got at receiver because we don't know. What we got at running back, we don't know. We know we got Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal was a bright spot.
We know what Montreal is, though. We know what he give us. But we got some horses behind Montreal to get Montreal started. You know what I'm saying? And if the line can't block for Montreal, I can't show you the rest of these horses. Montreal are going, so we can show you the rest of these horses. You know what I'm saying? You seen a glance. Now, this is where I'm getting that Jackson from, Jacoby Jackson, number 24 on the offensive side.
Yeah, he was a baller too now.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
But we will not see it if we can't go rotation. The running game got to be working.
Yeah. First down. Got to be moving
working.
Yeah.
Why would I rotate backs if I can't even get my starting back fitted? Like, I see why we're not seeing the backs that we want to see or see the rotation of backs because our starting back can't get going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put the receivers and the running backs on pause because right now it's not fair to even incorporate them because you ain't been able to see what they bring to this team
Mm-hmm.
because you ain't getting them the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you getting them the ball and you got a running back that's fumbling. That's a running back problem. Okay, that's on them. Or you throwing the ball to a receiver and every time he get popped, he get a ball in it.
So look, let's talk about the Sanford game. What do you expect from the Sanford game?
Blowout. I need to see over 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see over 50. I'm dang near pushing for 60 and 70.
Mm-hmm.
See you working in your depth to get you ready for Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I need to see a blowout. I want to see is this come out be a game. If this come out and be a game, Billy's going to be in more trouble than he's already in.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this needs to be a blowout. This needs to be a statement game. And you got to think, we don't lost our last 6 going into last year. We ain't smelt the W in a long time, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You lost the opener in the swamp. That ain't been did in over 30-some years. That's a bad thing to have over your head, brother.
Yeah, that's a fact. So let's talk about Billy, man. Let's talk about Billy. How hot is the seat, man? How hot is the seat?
Can it get so hot that it melt and you ain't got nowhere to sit?
You can. It can.
Yeah, I think the lining of the seat is starting to melt away. But I'm gonna tell you what can put that out.
Okay.
Stanford,
Mm-hmm.
win. Texas A&M, win.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State, win.
Mm-hmm.
UCF, win.
Mm-hmm.
Now you 4-0. You 2-0 in the SEC. Start to cool off, and another win up under that belt.
Okay, and that win would be against who?
I think would it be Kentucky? Would be see who's out the UCF.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, let's go facts. Let's pull the schedule up. Let's see what's going on.
It would be Tennessee at Tennessee.
Woo! That Tennessee would if he can pull off. Let's just say let's do a hypothetical here.
Mm-hmm.
And but people don't lose your mind right here. Don't lose your mind. We just talking right here, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Billy, they come out Saturday and it looks real good. You know what I'm saying? It looks pretty good. You go into Mississippi State. You go to Mississippi State. Because we ain't had a win on the road in a long time. And I think I'm pretty sure about this. Billy's only 1-6 on the road.
I think so, yes, sir.
So Billy okay. So that would put Billy 4-1 going into Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
That'll put that no easy place to play. And that orange and that white, when it get the rocking down there, listen, man, it is a place to be. You know what I'm saying? So if Billy can go in that hostile environment at 4-1, and he can win that game some kind of way, I don't care how he win it. I don't care if it's in overtime. I don't care. And come out of there 5-1,
He can win his job back.
he can win his job back.
Mm-hmm.
I think he definitely can. We could say that he can start leaning towards winning his job back
Mm-hmm.
because
Mississippi State and Tennessee,
because they'll both be on the road.
On the road, you winning your job back.
They'll both be on the road, and that'll start. Both of those can make your road start to look a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we know Sanford is the only powder puff on the schedule. We
The
know
whole season.
in the whole season. We know that this is the worst schedule in college football. These
Yeah.
are facts. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
This might be the best schedule in college football history.
and history. Yeah, those are facts. If Billy can spin off 7 to 8 wins out of this season, I don't see us a way that you can fire Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, okay, so let's go back to the Tennessee thing, because if he come out of the Tennessee, this is what I was gonna say. You'll be at this point, you'll be 3-0 in the SEC. I think that Miami game goes all the way away.
I agree.
It goes
And they undefeated. They're gonna be undefeated.
And I was just gonna say, and then at this point, we probably looking at Miami at maybe 6-0, 5-0 at this point.
Sitting about
More than they was wanting Miami to just be a better team.
and that's what I think. That's exactly what I think.
What I'm saying? And like that's what I took out of that. And why I say that is because how they just keep nagging Billy, how they keep nagging. Like, I think, bro, you only can beat somebody down so far. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we still all human. At the end of the day, Billy still got to go home and do the same thing that we do. You know what I'm saying? He still got to go home to his family. He still got to go home to his kids. He still got to go home and live a regular life like we do. But at the same time, if he opened up his phone, he got to see all this negative stuff about him. You know what I'm saying? On top of everybody talking about they want him gone, everybody want him out of here, everybody just killing it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna go against the fence. I'm not willing and ready to throw Billy away yet. This is game 1. Billy is locked in for a huge buyout.
A huge buyout.
A huge buyout. I don't think Florida is ready to pay that kind of money yet.
So this is what Dan Mullins.
This is what I want. You're still paying Dan Mullins.
But that's the only way I can see bringing a person out is to pay somebody that you already had, so you can give them a low contract off the money that you already paying them.
Yeah, but I mean, Dan gave you what he could give you, and you wasn't happy with that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if you do the comparison,
if you think about it, Dan never had a losing season
at all.
Out of the 3 seasons,
Dan got to a bowl game every season.
Yes, like I mean, at this point, I really don't know what you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the frustrating part. Is like
you had what you wanted for real.
Yeah, like you was winning games, and don't you seem like you was closer to it? Okay, if it's about championships, you feel like you was closer with championships with a coach that had winning seasons, but probably just wasn't getting in the playoffs. I really just don't know what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the frustration come in. It's us as the fans, because it's us as the media. We push universities to make hard decisions. Because I sure feel like people took Dan Mullins and his recruiting or his lack of, or whatever they wanted to say about his recruiting, and they built it up so far that you got people believing in higher places that Dan Mullen was not the person for this job. After he gave you 3 winning seasons, going into his 4th season, to where now, okay, 4 years at a university in today's world, that's a lifetime, bro.
Lifetime.
Like, coaches getting fired so fast now. So, like, if you got a coach and he going into his 4th season, like, man, we should be ready next year. You know what I'm saying? But like all of a sudden you take that away from him, and then you bring in somebody like Billy, which I love Billy as a person. Like I let's not get it twisted. Billy is a good man. You know what I'm saying? I think he is billing out of the gentlemen that are there. He's billing men out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I know Billy is he's embedding the right things into these players. But I don't know if he's too humble to coach this team. I need to see some fire in Billy, man.
Yeah, he's so low key.
Yeah, but is it too low key? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you never know, of course, right? Because the players could tell you better. And with having inside news with some of the players, they love him.
Everybody do, because he's a lovable guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. I think what it is, it's hard to say the negative things about a good person.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the times that people hold back because of what kind of person he is.
Uh-huh.
But I think for Billy to come out of this, he has got to tap in with his other side. And I don't know if he know that he's got an other side, but we all do. Mm-hmm. And he's got to tap into it.
Mm-hmm.
Billy got to go in that locker room, and he got to find out who is there to play Florida Gator football. Who is here to live up to the standards? Who is here and tired of getting embarrassed? Because if you don't fit in this category, you need to leave the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot. These next 11 games, they determine a lot for Billy, man. They determine a lot for that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like this, we see it all the time, especially in today's football with the portal, with the NIL, with all the things that's going on.
You have wings.
You got to recruit the players that's on your team all year long. And when you keep on throwing a coach under the bus and keep throwing around firing and this and that, it breaks the team down, man, because you got players talking about, here it is, just game 2. And we already wondering if players that we got now are thinking about the portal. You know what I'm saying? When they should be thinking about what's going to happen Saturday at 6 o'clock. But it's just today's football. And it's really, I don't know if it's going in a better place or a worse place. Like, I remember back when Tebow and them was playing, man, and we would sit around, we'd be like, man, the players need to get paid, man. Like, they selling their jerseys, man, they this and that. Like, we felt for them, like, but now the kids that's getting the money, and we thinking like, man, was this a mistake? Like,
well, I don't think the money is the mistake. And I don't think the portal is technically a mistake either, because realistically,
do you think the rules should be more stricter on the portal though?
I mean, maybe, right? Maybe. But this is what, and the only reason why I say maybe is because I'm not a coach, so I don't have to technically deal with it. But with having coming from the player side, right? Because I have clients that are players.
Right.
I think you should be able to leave after each year, yes. I also think you should be able to get paid for the money that you are bringing in, because it is only 3% on the team making that big time money. Like, everybody's not making big time money. It's very few of them. Like, right. Let's talk about a school that everybody knows about because it's heavily talked about, heavily notarized, Colorado, right?
Okay.
Colorado only has maybe 10 players total that are making NIL money.
Right.
And the rest of them, and it's probably only 5, the ones we know about: Shador, Travis, Shiloh, the freshman that came in, Jonathan,
Jordan Seaton.
Jordan Seaton. Those are the only ones making like money, and I don't think Jordan's making that much money, because I know one of his NIL sponsors, which is Cologne. So, you know, it's not as much as people are thinking. It's just like your workplace.
Right.
Your boss making a lot of money.
Right.
Your head person making a lot of money. Everybody else ain't making no money.
Right. Facts.
You know, so I don't blame the NIL whatsoever, and I definitely don't blame the transfer portal, because if your coach leaves, you should be able to leave also. Now
I do agree with that. I do like,
and me and you
I
talked
don't
about
agree with the every year thing. Now, if you mad because you ain't getting enough snaps and you just want to hit the portal every year, I don't agree with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But that might hurt the player also, though. Like, it doesn't always just hurt the team. It can hurt the player. That's not always a good decision to make.
Well, that's true. I think it should be exceptions, but like, okay, so I think if the coach ain't leaving and you just want to transfer just because, I think you should get one transfer unless the coach is leaving. You know what I'm saying? But being open to transfer every year, I don't like that, man. I don't like that.
So I can understand why a person would say that. That's not what I'm saying. I understand why a person wouldn't, why you don't like it. Right?
Yeah, because there's no loyalty to the team. I don't know if you're here for the logo or like, what are you here for? Like,
So, but sometimes that is what a player is there for, right? Sometimes a player is like I just know, like I was a player that stayed, right? And not saying that I could have transferred because obviously we didn't have it that easy when I was playing,
right?
But it made sense to stay, even if you can leave. And what if I get there? Let's say I get there and I'm playing for the logo, and then the logo ain't what I thought it was. I should be able to leave. Now, whether it is good to do for you, that's a different decision. That's why you got to keep good people around you. But you should be able to do it.
Right. I mean, I guess, man, it's just like it's just the way that you see. Like, I guess I'm just kind of.
But look, though, not to interrupt you, but on that same point, Georgia's been able to stay consistent with it.
Right.
Alabama's been able to stay consistent with it, and they lost a legendary Hall of Fame, the GOAT, most winnable ever football coach, and they've able to withstand the winning.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep it 100. I think that I should tell the truth. I think I just got a bitter taste in my mouth
for sure
with Trevor Etienne being a Florida Gator for 3 years and then taking probably his best year and going to a Georgia.
But look at what happened even to him. Now he's not even playing because he got in trouble.
Right. Well, that was a self thing, and then out of the
year, but see, those self things happen in places where it can happen at. Right.
So like, because you spent 3 years at Florida without a problem.
And that's all I'm saying. You feel me? So I just feel like, and I'm not saying that against Georgia, right? Because that is something that people are trying to put on Georgia. Oh, it's a culture out there.
No, I'm not saying that. Georgia. I'm not saying it's a culture. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, it's just Athens, Georgia, and a lot of the streets are real long, and it takes nothing to just bomb that thing to it. So sometimes I think one decision, which we've all have made, one decision can cost you.
Right.
But I also take that at certain places, not to say this in a negative way, but we had Aaron Hernandez in Florida, dog.
That's true.
There's a reason why you're winning, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, and I'm not saying that you're supposed to cover up stuff, right? But what I am saying is we live in America and they cover up stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Why should it be any different? Because I obviously we know I'm a Florida by client, right? And by my brother, right? But I'm a Utah State man. Our coach just got fired for the same thing because they're saying he was covering up sexual harassment charges. And I'm not saying that's good and I'm not saying it's bad. But what I'm saying is we all make dumb decisions and sometimes we need second chances. And I should not always be punished for things when you don't know everything, right? Because you can get a child molestation, a child type charge by peeing in the playground.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with raping no kids or nothing like that, but they're gonna put you in that same category. So sometimes I say, plus I've had clients and student athletes who were accused of sexual allegations and it was false.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at the boy from
we see that
Illinois.
all the time, and in past years in football, like it used
Look
to
at the
happen
boy.
a
Look at
lot,
the boy.
but it don't happen as much as it used to.
Nah, for sure. But look at the boy in Illinois, the basketball player in Illinois, Shannon, who's in the NBA right now. If it hadn't have been for him going to court and standing on his business, he would half of his freshman year was taken away because they said that he had raped a girl or the girl had said that she had raped him. And when it comes to trial, he was found innocent.
Yeah. Well, you see, just last night, the kicker, the punter for the Kansas City Chiefs, he had some sexual allegations going on allegedly. Like they were saying on the casting last night while he was kicking the ball.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying, that he had some problems,
Things is gonna happen is all I'm
that
saying.
he had to get thrown out before that they would pick up his contract. Like,
and I'm not saying for it to happen or none of that, right? Because I'm not one who really gets in trouble. So I'm not ever taken up for that. I'm just saying, man, sometimes we ridicule people and we don't even know what we're ridiculing them for.
That right. I do. Yeah, I do.
So I do believe that you should be able to leave and to transfer and to do all of that as you wish, but understand that that's not always good. Like I'm telling our Utah State players, brother, you want to be able to have a legacy somewhere. I got a school that I can go back to that people know my name to this day.
Right.
That don't happen when you just go somewhere for 1 year.
Right. No, they tend to forget about it, especially if you didn't do nothing special when you was there.
For sure. Or if you transfer because we feel as if you left.
You turned your back on us, yeah.
For sure.
And then if it's not your last year, you didn't graduate from here anyway.
You feel me? So it's just one of those things where I do think that you should be able to do it. It's just these students have to think about not doing it, and then sometimes I say do it. Like look at our athlete right now, number 99, Cam Jackson, right? He came from Memphis.
Shout out to Cam Jackson, man.
Shout out to Big Cam, where he thought that he was going SEC from high school, right? He think he's going to LSU. And then things happen. You don't go LSU. So he had to go to Conference USA. He played real good at Memphis, dominated. Now he's here at Florida, to graduate in about 2 months. So, it's just sometimes I say that the transfer portal does end up being good. And
same thing with the running back Jackson, to be fair with him. Like, that's why I like him so much. He come from JUCO. Then he sat behind last year, and now you're seeing him this year. You know what I'm saying? That's determination to me, bro. Like, those are the kind of players, like, to me, he's got the mindset of, like, I'm going to run the ball as a Florida Gator. Like, that's what I want to be. Like, I went through the JUCO. I built myself up to put this uniform on. He runs the ball like he's got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? I just want players to show they put your passion on the field. Show me that you want to wear the uniform. Show me that you want to just be like, let's take the uniform out of it. Let's take the brand out of it. Just show me that you want to bring yourself as an elite player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's take the team out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, as a person, why are you waking up doing this? If you don't want to go out there and show this 90,000 that's in here, that, boy, I am him.
I do this.
I am him. I do this. Like, if you don't wake up with the mentality that, boy, I am him, I do this for real. If you don't have that in you, it's not going to show up when it's time to snap the ball.
That's a fact.
So I need that mentality. And if you ain't got it, I don't need you on my field. You know what I'm saying? And Billy, he's got to find a way to get that out of his players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what in his form, what he needs to do to bring that out of him, to get that out of his players, but he's gonna have to do it, and he's gonna have to do it fast. Or you would be uprooting your family out of Florida, out of Gainesville, Florida, and you'll be finding a new home.
Yeah, man.
With
They
a big
gonna try to
pocket, you will have a big pocket.
do that.
You'll be finding a new home, sir.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, right? Because some people have asked me about that. So with these buyouts, what do you do? Does the coach want to win? Does the coach want to go home and just enjoy his paycheck? What's your mental thought about that?
No, I think this now, like in Billy's position, right now, he wants to win. He wants to show the people that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're wrong. You're wrong about me. You're wrong about this team. Because if you think about it, Billy had me so hyped coming into this year, boy.
I mean, everybody, man. Everybody
was listening to everything that Billy said coming into this thing.
Yeah.
Boy,
yeah.
we was the underdog that was finna come shock the world.
Yeah.
And that's just how I felt.
But you know what? But hold on that. But on that thought process, though, right? Because I also saw somebody say this. Sometimes that's false hope because a coach is always going to say that, number one. Right?
That's true.
Then number two, all you've been seeing is your offense going against your own defense, right?
That's
so
true.
Sometimes it's false hope because your offense looks so good because your defense is so bad. Or your defense looks so good because your offense
is so bad. That's true. That's
so
true.
Then when you come to that first game and that, or even let's say the scrimmage game, right? Because we was able to be down there to support Cam for the spring game. The spring game looked good.
It did. It did.
The spring game looked good.
That goes back to what you just said. That's play on player.
It's play on play. You know,
Yeah.
so sometimes it can be false hope on both sides for the first game. Right. That's why sometimes I think like what we did where we waited, you got to wait off the judgment, right? Because some people come into their own, like you said earlier, it takes them a second.
Yeah.
So as they get down, now they start the rolling. Now they start to get the going, right? Because there were some good bright spots, man, on defense and offense.
It was.
And I really think, once again, Miami's that good. I really think that.
I think that the defense end they got, the number 8, I think he's probably one of the best pass rushers I have seen. You know what I'm saying? Coming into this year, out of the games I've seen week 1, and he is it. That linebacker that they got, he is it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think they kind of telltale in the secondary, but Graham didn't play a good enough game to actually show us that.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it will. I think we'll find out more about they DBs when they come across somebody that air them out. You know what
I think Graham was feeling the pressure of what he could not escape from, which is what's going to happen now. Okay.
Yeah.
Having a 5-star quarterback from Texas, your number 1 quarterback from Texas behind
on your heels. On your heels.
Not a good feeling.
Right.
I don't care what.
But not like as a 6-year player though.
It don't
make you want to motivate you to show him up. Like
not when he's just that good.
That's true.
Not when he's that good of a kid.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you feel the people that we feel like are stars? Do you? I mean, I'm not even gonna say stars because they ain't had a chance to prove themselves as stars. But the people that we think are really good, do you think that we're being manipulated by what we was just saying? Because all we've seen is player on player, and it ain't transferred to the field.
For sure. Because we had bright spots. Montrell was a bright spot. His backup was a bright.
But we know what we got in Montrell because Montrell has showed you numerous times.
That's for sure.
We know what we got in Montreal.
That's for sure. But we thought that in Graham too, though.
That's true. But one thing so what we can to be fair to Montreal didn't show you when he did have time to do what he could do. He didn't show you a drop off because he wouldn't have went 71 yards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He didn't show you a drop off. I think what people are
he was SEC player, offensive player of the week, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think where people are getting it twisted at is now I ain't even saying they're getting it twisted. Well, I'm saying where the difference come in is he didn't show me a drop off. I think people seeing a drop off with Graham.
Yes.
And you see what I'm saying? And I think where they're saying they're seeing a drop off at is going through the reads. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he wasn't going through them.
my point exactly. And then like the point of you still staring receivers down, bro. That's a rookie.
It is, but that's what I'm telling you, that having a player like DJ behind you, knowing that something like this could happen, right? Where if I get hurt, if I don't play well, I may not play again.
That's true. And that's why I think this is big for DJ. And I'm not saying that because I think Billy Napier respect, and I think that Graham has earned so much respect in the locker room and from Billy. Don't think that you have seen the last of Graham Mertz. We will see Graham again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to tell y'all that, but I think Billy is all in on Graham, and I don't think that he will let him lose his position off of injury. Now, I think if Graham go back, let's say Graham start Texas A&M game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he have a horrible first quarter.
I don't think you can start Graham Texas A&M game if DJ plays well in this game.
See, that's going to be a decision that Billy's going to have to make because we have seen this before. You know what I'm saying?
Nick Saban made that decision in the national championship game.
Right. I was just going to say, we seen this before.
And lost his player because of it.
Right. So, but with this, the thing about this, Graham going out after this year regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. And that's the main reason why I feel like you can go ahead and make that decision happen.
But I think
because we got to be honest, no offense to Graham, but he's not an NFL quarterback.
Now, if he would have come back this year and showed me that he could throw the ball down the field and he was hitting all the passes, I would disagree with you. But right now, no, I don't see Graham getting picked up in the NFL.
Man, I was playing. Well, number one,
unless he went to the combine and did some freakish stuff.
Well, it's just number one. So many quarterbacks about to come out, man.
Yes, that's what I was telling you. That's another thing.
And that's my problem with it. It's not to disrespect Graham. It's just to say this year is stacked full of people because a lot of people came back for this year.
Yes,
like a Cam Ward.
Yeah, like a Cam Ward, like a Jackson Dart.
Come on now.
Like a Quinn Ewers.
Like what's the boy out there in Utah?
And he been there forever. Rising, yeah. Cam Rising.
Cam Rising. Come on, man. We ain't even mentioned Shador.
Shador Sanders. Like, yeah, it's a lot of quarterbacks.
It's quarterbacks everywhere this year, man. And they
that's where I think that's where I think Graham messed up at. Because if you was gonna come back, that's why I kept telling you coming into this year. And you remember, I told you, I kept telling you this. Graham Mertz has got to have a Joe Burrow type of. He's got to have that 2019 Joe Burrow type of year.
Yep.
He just got to. It's look, too many quarterbacks coming off the board this year.
I just feel like it was too hard to do that with DJ lurking in the background. And the only reason why I'm saying that, because obviously he has plenty of time. But the way the system works now, you can't even sit a player. Like you say, they might leave.
Right.
So you got to think about your future and say you got to play DJ. You at least got to have packages.
Now, me, I would turn the page to DJ. That's just me.
I did on the game. I did. I ain't going to lie.
No, everybody, listen, everybody I know that plays college 25, DJ is their quarterback.
DJ the quarterback.
I'm just keeping it real because the game don't allow you enough time on defense for Graham Mertz.
No.
It just don't.
No.
Like, I have been playing the game with DJ.
Yeah.
I've only played the game once with Graham, and that was the first time I opened.
I tried, but I
did. But I had to go DJ Lagway.
I had to, man.
I think that drive that he put together, that what we've seen against Miami, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think let's talk about Stanford. I think DJ gonna come out and do some things Saturday, it's gonna make it very, very hard
To
for
put-
Philly to keep him off the field.
It sure is. And this is what I would say alongside of that. The offense gonna look so good to tomorrow. What is it? Yeah, tomorrow. And the
It's gonna look like a well-oiled machine.
It's gonna look good. You feel me? It's gonna look good. And cause see, tomorrow's gonna show you what we saw before Miami.
Yes.
You know, it's
Yes.
gonna show us like
Well,
okay.
if you think about, okay, let's go back. Let's journey all the way back to the spring. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's rewind. Let's go back to the spring game. If you think, let's think about the spring game. You was there. Think about it.
Yeah.
DJ offense looked it way better than our starting offense in the spring game.
You know what's funny about you saying that? I said that then. I said because
Everybody did.
I was like, woo, this
Listen, you can tell that if they wouldn't have did the things that they did to manipulate the fans, the second team would have beat the starters in the spring game.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I said that.
They manipulated the fans so that wouldn't happen.
Yep. Yep.
That's why they went to throwing the extra salmon and all that crap on the board. Let's not get it twisted.
Yep.
Graham then was losing the spring game.
Yep.
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, DJ looked it so good in the spring game, if you ask me, man.
If you look at the depth chart,
he looked poised.
If you look at the depth chart that came out this week, a lot of the players that was on that spring team side with DJ is starting this week. Aiden Mizell is starting at receiver this week.
Yeah.
Tank Hawkins is starting this week. A lot of the players that get reps with DJ
That's what happens when we get phone calls, man. You know, we're important people around here, man. We can't just be online for an hour and not getting phone calls. Okay. I get it. We're bringing this to the end, though. This is the end of the session. Boy, we got a big one coming up, though. Saturday, tomorrow, we will be catching it and seeing what's going on and making sure that we get back on this winning streak. We're going to tune out today and make this happen the way it happened. Everybody, peace, love, and Gator Nation. We out. Oh, wait. RIP to Rich Homie Quan before we get out of here. RIP Rich Homie Quan. We out.
FFTV.
Change your attitude, bro. Appreciate your role.
Colorado versus Colorado State.
And one of the most fierce, interesting rivalries in America.
But I promise you one thing, a lot of good will come out of this. You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season, and you never see someone push the rest of the team as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season. God bless.